Today, I spent the entire day pondering a situation that, in a way, made me reflect on what betrayal truly means. I realized something important. Betrayal isn't always as clear-cut as it seems, nor does it always stem from malicious intent. It all started with my cousin. A few months ago, he moved to a city near where I live, so I decided to help him by offering him work whenever I could. I also tried to give him personal advice since he often came to me seeking guidance or simply someone to listen. I knew he wasn't in the best place emotionally or financially, and as family, I wanted to support him however I could. But as he started to connect more with people I work with, things took an unexpected turn. My cousin, leveraging those connections, decided to try and get his own clients by using the name of my business, without telling me or giving me a heads up, until he had no choice but to confess. Or rather, to give me a half-truth, tailored to avoid looking bad in my eyes. Picture this. I thought I was helping him, and then I found out he was trying to run his own business using my name and work to secure clients for himself. When I learned what he had done because a client told me, I felt completely betrayed. But at the same time, a part of me knew something didn't add up. What had driven my cousin to do this? Was it simple greed, or was there something deeper behind his behavior? When I confronted him, he gave me the classic line we all dread. "No, it's not how you think. That's not what happened. You're misunderstanding me." The classic move, trying to make me believe it was all in my head, but I knew the truth. Something felt off and didn't align. After a few days of ruminating, something began to click. Did he really betray me? Or is he just doing what he knows how to do with what he has? And more importantly, how should I respond to this? Initially, it was hard for me to accept that my cousin wasn't intentionally harming me, but was simply acting out of his own needs and limitations. He wasn't betraying my trust out of malice, but because, in his mind, this was how he could improve his situation. It wasn't as straightforward as him wanting to deceive me. He was just trying to find a way to move forward, even if it meant using my resources. Here's where the story took an important turn. It turned out that the client who had initially approached my cousin had actually sought me out first, not him. The client contacted me because of the existing relationship we had. My cousin, feeling cornered, had to give me his version of events, twisted to suit his narrative. The client told me everything, including showing me evidence. That's when I realized what I had initially interpreted as betrayal was really my cousin trying to protect himself. Now, this doesn't mean what he did was right. I'm not blind to that. But it did make me think about something crucial. He wasn't truly betraying me. He was acting out of the emotional tools and circumstances he had. At the end of the day, it wasn't about wanting to harm me, but about trying to safeguard himself, even at the cost of my trust. In that moment, I understood something key. I didn't ask to be in this situation. That was my first big lesson. The only thing I could truly control was how I reacted to it. So, I decided not to get caught up in unnecessary drama. Not because I'm a saint, but because at 44 years old, I don't have the time or energy to stay stuck in conflicts that won't lead to anything positive. If my cousin chose to act that way, that's his responsibility, not mine. If this situation created distance between us, so be it. I'm not a tree to remain stuck where I was planted, and if he needs to take his own path, then let him. But I know one thing for sure. I won't let anyone walk all over me, nor will I let this situation rob me of my peace. In the end, that's what truly matters, how you respond to what happens around you. This is where Stoicism brought me clarity. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. What happened wasn't the important part. The key was how I interpreted it. When I managed to see it from another perspective, I understood that what my cousin did wasn't a personal betrayal against me, but an action taken from his own limitations and need to survive. Was it fair? No. Was it ethical? No. But ultimately, it wasn't done to hurt me. It was him acting according to his own judgment. The wisest thing I could do was put everything in perspective, not get trapped in the idea of betrayal, and accept it for what it was. A lesson about how people, even those close to you, won't always act in line with your expectations. Suffering. comes when you believe people should behave a certain way when, in reality, everyone has their own struggles and limitations. This doesn't mean you should let others walk over you, but it does mean you can choose how to respond to what happens. I chose to let it go, not getting stuck in anger or resentment. And if the result of all this is distance, so be it. Relationships change, and that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. As Seneca said, "What is in my control, I act upon. What is not, I let go." In the end, the only thing I can control is my inner peace, my decisions, and my reactions. That's what I've chosen to do. Not waste more time or energy on situations I can't control, and focus instead on what truly matters, my well-being and my ability to respond with calm and wisdom. Because ultimately, what I choose to do will make all the difference. Thank you so much again for listening. I hope these reflections can be of help to you. If you liked it, give it a like and share. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, Daily Stoic Reflections. My name is Will, and these audios are what I'd call my daily reflections on the things that happen in my life and give me something to think about.